So my kid Gibson is 6, and that means everything is Minecraft. He's been playing since he was 4, and he's never left his interest. Everything is Minecraft. I'm starting to miss the days of Mario oh so much. His toys are Minecraft, his clothes are Minecraft, his drawings are Minecraft, his room is Minecraft, his Halloween costume was Minecraft. And he watches YouTubers playing Minecraft all day long, for God's sakes. It's almost too much, but it's pretty harmless. It's a pretty harmless game, but it could be simply described as playing with Legos in video game format, which makes total sense for him. He just loves to build, and he learns all the lore. He knows way too much on the mechanics, and he's basically just a walking, talking Minecraft encyclopedia that never shuts up about it. Gibson just walked in the door. What's that picture you got?
Oh, it's Minecraft, and that's all zombies, and that's me with one heart. And I'll eat the golden apple. And that zombie, I have it like, should have made an arrow dispenser there so the arrow hits him.
Right.
So he dies and lava comes down, and then I spill lava down there, and then he sets on fire.
Whoa. So, as the nice father that I am, I've tried to get into it. I've set it up so we can play myself on the PC and him on the Switch. But here's where things got immediately frustrating. I just knew this was going to be a bad idea. So in order to cross-platform play, you have to have the Nintendo Switch cloud service. This isn't immediately obvious, and it's ridiculous because other games like Fortnite do not require this. We do have the Nintendo Switch cloud service, but it wasn't connected to the profile my son was using, so a lot of confusion later, we finally figured that out. Now he needs his own Microsoft account. Okay, let's set him up with a Hotmail. And the thing is, it almost never automatically connects back to the Microsoft account at boot up. So we have to click through a bunch of connection buttons and spend a bunch of time just wasting trying to get to play together. But finally we get going, so frustrating, and we start playing. Now, the majority of what my son plays is creative mode. He just loves to build and exploit the world and do all the things the YouTuber's doing without consequence. But I'm not just going to play creative. Building stuff is fun, but with my help, we should be able to play the game correctly with normal difficulty, right? Oh boy. If you use the default settings with normal difficulty, it is so hard to start in my opinion. It does not babysit you at all. Load up the world and you have to build a dirt fort right away or you're gonna die the first night. Good luck figuring out how to even make a pickaxe. Thank God I have my encyclopedia son beside me because there are no tutorials or help. It's just so backwards compared to any other game I played, especially geared towards kids. Now, we've played enough. Gibson has showed me the basics, and I start to realize that this auto world generation is completely unfair. You may spawn near nothing, and I feel like we dug around for hours before finding even our first iron blocks or coal, but that's the fun of it, right? Fast forward to present day, and we're barely any further in our survivor world. Sure, we've taken over a village. I found some diamonds, some redstone, a ton of iron. We have full sets of armor, and we're getting around okay. But that's my first complaint. I mean, you jump one block high, and you run slow as balls. It's just so tedious to get around. And yes, I know, there are potions and whatnot that can help you, but we're not that far into it yet. And let me tell you about maps. You don't get a map. At least not with default settings. It's like you have to enable a setting for maps? Whatever. So I asked Gibson, how do you make a map? Well, we have to find sugarcane to make paper. What? Why isn't it easier than that? Like, we've been punching trees. Isn't that what, paper's made of? Anyways, we get sugarcane, and we make paper, and you need the map. Or you're gonna die when you get lost exploring, and then you're gonna lose your whole inventory. It's like there's supposed to be like dungeons in here. Get out of there! No, you get out of there! Why? All my stuff! And not know where it is. So I had to look up a tutorial on how to make the map because Gibson wasn't so sure. And I make a map, but I didn't make the right one at first with a compass, so it was basically useless. I look up how to do it properly, and I still only have this tiny square of a map, but at least it helps me get around. Just like, why is everything so cryptic and hard? I found a sunken treasure ship, and Gibson was so excited. check out the pirate ship or whatever. But no, the first thing he was telling me is you need to breathe underwater. And I was going to die if I tried to get down to it. So I look up how to breathe underwater. Well, you got to find baby turtles and then watch them turn into a big turtle and you'll get a scoot. It's like, wait, what? I've never even seen a baby turtle on this world. Well, what's next? Well, you can enchant your helmet or something to breathe underwater. But that tutorial doesn't explain anything. I need a glowing book to do this? Well, what about a potion? Well, you need a brewing stand to make a potion, which requires some rods from the nether. The freaking nether. So we gotta look up how to do that, which requires a whole other 52-page set of instructions. By this point, I'm honestly just so tired and done with it. It makes way more sense for just to build houses and exploit things in creative. So we end up doing that rather than me losing all my hair and inventory in the nether. What is going on? It didn't bring me this in. Why is there like 1,000 things here? Why did it get so hard all of a sudden? There wasn't stuff like this everywhere last time I was here. Oh, I have 1 heart left. I'm gonna die again.
Let's just get out.
I can't get out, honey. I'm dying. So the game is what it is, and there are no shortage of people that love it. It's lasted 10 times longer than I ever thought it would, but I have a big argument here. The Windows 10 version runs like absolute garbage, and there are no video settings to really play around with and figure it out. I don't understand it. The game runs like utter crap on my Ryzen 5800X system, 16 gigs of 3600 megahertz RAM, and an RTX 3080 Ti Supreme. Like, the frame rate goes from 30 to 45 to 144 hertz back to 30 every 5 seconds. CPU utilization is insane on every core, and I don't understand how that could be that bad with this crappy looking of a game. It honestly makes me feel seasick, like I get a headache while we're playing. And I don't understand, it's like, where are the graphics settings? So I'm looking around and there are none in the Windows 10 version. So I'm starting to try to Google how to get better frame rate. Everything is kind of geared towards crappier systems. I have a really good system here. So it was suggested to try using the Java version of this game. Now I have to buy another $35 license for the Java version, which it just makes no sense. I download the Java version, and yes, there are tons of graphics settings, and that you can turn on VSync for instance. And when I load up the game, it seems to run a lot better at first, but I realize there's no draw distance. So as soon as I turn up the draw distance, it craps the frame rate back down to 45 frames a second. It's like, how is it running this bad on a computer this good? It makes no sense. Especially considering the Windows 10 version is the newer version, and it has RTX, right? Now, I've loaded up the RTX before and played around in the default maps that were there, and they look a lot better, but it's still Minecraft. But I load up MSI Afterburner, and I'm checking the frame rate, and consistently getting 80 frames a second in the RTX worlds. It never really dips below that either, or much higher, but at least it's running better. Comparatively to the just regular old Windows 10 version, and comparing it then to the Java version, I realized it all has to do with the draw distance is set to max in the Windows 10 version, the regular version, and you have no way to control any of the settings. I looked up even trying to turn on VSync, maybe to get some sort of frame rate stability. And when you look that up on Google, it literally tells you to go into the NVIDIA settings. Why are there no graphics settings in the Windows 10 version? It just drives me nuts. So in conclusion, I know it's just kind of like a kid's game. I ranted about it a little bit, but as a father, and I have to deal with it a lot, and I want to participate in my son's growth and development in video games. I gotta play this game a little bit, and it's so frustrating. Both the playing, I still don't get it. You punch a tree to get a stick, to punch a wood to get a pickaxe to make a thing, and then no tutorial, it's just like you have to look up everything or just go and discover it, which I guess is the beauty of the game. All these years later, I don't get it. I still don't get it. And then when you couple in just the terrible Windows 10 version performance with the complete lack of any graphic settings to alter, or if I know that someone's going to come up and say in the comments, like, you're doing it all wrong and you know it's this, you're supposed to do it this way. It's not immediately obvious, and it's frustrating as hell. And it makes me honestly sick while I play. It makes me seasick, the frame rate jags so much. And I know I can just put down the draw distance, but like with the hardware I'm running it at home, there's no, like, the graphics card doesn't even, it's not the problem. It's like it's running hard on the CPU. It's an 8-core, 16-thread, current generation monster of a processor, 5800X. There should be no excuses here. I don't know. Microsoft, fix your broken game. And maybe add a tutorial mode. Or if there is one, I've never found it. Anyways, I'm at Watch Timmy Joe Instagram, Twitter. I hope you've enjoyed me ranting about a child's game today. But I have to hear about it every second of the minute of the day that he's up and around. I've been trying to get him to play Fortnite, but he's just... It's a little too complicated for him still. I don't know. I know that's a whole other video about how people hate Fortnite. Love you guys. See you guys in another video. Chair spin. And I will love you forever. Bye!